Thierry Ambrose is an out-of-work head of youth development, having just been released by some random Italian club that I can't remember the name of. This now goes to the very top of my to-do list. Appoint him as my assistant manager, coach, head of youth development, director of football. I don't care. The only problem is he doesn't want to come to England because he's all settled in France that he's only moved back to 2 months ago. Again, I need my dad to have a word, but he's no longer returning my calls after I hung up on him yesterday. Hello and welcome to part 3 of the Bolton battle. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we've got an away game in the league against Bradford Park Avenue and the 4th qualifying round of the FA Cup against the mighty Mickleover. Since you were last with me, we've had that predicted slump in form. I think we were around here somewhere the last time you were with me, and we've had some ridiculous results. I mean, look at some of this crazy stuff. We've lost 3-5 at home to Darlington. Then we went away to Corby and beat them 6-3 in the FA Cup. And then a week later, only managed to draw 2-2 away to the same club in the league. We've smashed Cambridge City. We've smashed Nantwich after drawing with them. We seem to have this thing where we're capable of scoring lots and lots of goals. I mean, look at the amount of times we've scored 3 or more goals this season. It's certainly adding up. But also look at the amount of times we've conceded 3 or more goals. That's adding up as well. So we're quite good going forward, a bit rubbish at the back. Our league position at the moment, after 13 games, we're in 7th, which is a perfectly respectable place for us to be. We're 8 points away from top of the league, but we never really expected to be challenging for promotion this year. But find ourselves only 1 point outside of the playoffs. So if we can start to sort out the problems we've got at the back and put a little bit of a run of forms together, there's no reason why we can't have a push into those playoffs and maybe even challenge at the top of the league. Although, I'm putting this out there right now, we don't expect to get promoted this year. If we do go up, it'll be ridiculous and we'll come straight back down. We've been down that road before with Boston 19 years ago. Well, my dad did. Don't want that. I'd rather have 2 seasons at this level so we can build a proper team that can finish mid-table in the division above, rather than flukily go up and come straight back down. So we'll see. The system that we're playing now, I've made a slight tweak to it. We've tried a few different things over those games, which is probably why results have been so inconsistent. We tried a 4-2-3-1, which was such a disaster. I've no longer even got it being trained. We experimented with the 4-2-4 a little bit, but I don't think our strengths are in our wide players, so we're kind of abandoning that one for a little while. And this is the one that we've settled on. So it's very similar to the 4-3-1-2, but we just dropped that defensive central midfielder back into a proper defensive midfielder. It just gives us a little bit more cover because we do encourage the fullbacks to push on and force their way forwards. So the idea is it gives us a little bit more defensive cover, but it isn't really working. We're still conceding absolutely loads of goals, but work in progress and all that. The positives are we're scoring loads and loads of goals. I mean, look, we've got Chris Priest. He's 23 years old. He's our captain. We've met him before, but oh goodness me, he's only got 5 goals in the league, but he's also got 5 goals in 3 games in the FA Cup. So he's got a rather impressive total of 10 for the season, which I suppose doesn't tell the whole story. Ben Probert, who I thought was only capable of heading the ball, has scored a few more goals. He's actually on, again, they're all coming in the cup. I'm starting to spot the problem. We can only play against rubbish teams, but he's on 7 goals. Frankie Penn from midfield is on 7 goals as well, and Callum Hipwell, our other striker, is on 8 goals. I bet he's the top league goal. Yeah, he's scored more. He's 7 goals in 6 starts in the league, which is obviously why I'm not playing him, because if I knew why, I'd be a far better manager than I am. The other tweak we've made is we've stopped with the whole stopper and cover defenders, because they were just all over the place. I think it was confusing their tiny non-league minds. So we've just gone to normal centre-backs on defend. Just stand there and kick the ball away, lads. Preferably kick it out at this kind of angle so that it lands on the foot of one of the advancing fullbacks. If you can't manage that, just kick it at this guy and he'll deal with it. That's what he's there to do. So this is the team that we're playing today. We're starting to get a little bit closer to a settled side. So we've got Leach in goal, who's settled himself in a little bit now. Still has the odd howler, and I don't think he's a long-term solution in goal, but he does a job for now. Paul Johnson is having to play at left back again because the left back, whose name I still can't remember. I mean, I will learn the names eventually. What's our left back's name? Let's have a look at him. Tom Bannister, there he is. He's picked up another injury. He's now broken his toe and he's out long term. So Johnson's having to play out of position at left back, which isn't ideal because he's been doing really, really well at right back. He's been one of our more effective attacking threats. Already picked up 6 assists for the season in the league, but they were all coming from right back, so not quite as effective at left back, but he's the only option we've got out there. We've got a couple of left midfielders who can play at left wing back that we've toyed with, even toying with doing that, and playing one there, and it didn't really work well for us. So this is the best solution for now, but we are on the lookout for a left back to bring in on loan. Scriven comes in at right back and he's okay. I mean, we're quite well covered in the right back positions. Why did he just set to a wing back? That's not what we intended to do. And then Fletcher and Kane, very established at centre back. Darren O'Brien is a new lad. He's come in on loan from, I think, is this the guy who came from Sheffield United? Let's have a look. He's on loan from Sheffield United. He's a defensive midfielder who can also play in midfield or at the back. But we've brought him in basically to sit there as our defensive midfield player. He's far better than anyone else we've got at the club in that position. And he's played the last 4 games and seems to be doing quite a good job. So he's sitting in that role. May and Hodgson doing very well in the centre of midfield. Penn has been excellent. And then the front, well, it's basically any 2 from 3 at any one time playing up front, and they're all full of goals. So I don't have any worries from sort of here forward. I'm hoping O'Brien might be a solution there, and then it's just a case of fixing the back 4 and the goalkeeper, which is going to need a bit of work, but we've got no wage budget left. If we look at the finances, we're already over our wage budget, so we haven't got any way to bring in any more players permanently. We will continue to try and explore the loans, though, but there doesn't seem to be a lot out there. Right, let's get into today's game, which is away to Bradford Park Avenue. Who aren't having a particularly good season. So hopefully we can have another one of those games where we score an absolute ton of goals. Although Bradford are the favourites for the game. I don't know why I look at the opposition team to see if I recognise anybody. The chances of it happening are fairly slim. I'm very disappointed about Thierry Ambrose. I mentioned him in the intro. Really upset. I've just sat there and basically searched all my old players. So starting with Lazarov, obviously. Believe it or not, still playing regularly for Arsenal, so probably not interested in coming in. Why is their pitch so long? I mean, we can't even have the league table on there. I mean, what is that? That pitch is twice the length of a normal pitch. That's ridiculous. I mean, we'll just get all this out of the way, I guess. That's mental. And they've scored a goal as well because they're cheating. I mean, really, the goal should be about here, so it should have been well wide. But because the pitch is so much further, so much longer than it should be, look, we're defending here thinking, the goal's only about here where it's supposed to be. And he just sort of lumps it in, and obviously he's going to score a goal because he should be off the pitch at that point. Ridiculous. I mean, I don't understand what's just happened. I mean, have you ever seen such a stupid pitch? Can we put the match stats on there? Because I want to be able to see the match stats. There we go. Oh, good. We've not had a shot yet. That's reassuring. And we've lost our right back. I mean, this has been an excellent start to the game. Right, you're going to see me experiment then, because this is what I was talking about before. We've got Lamb, but he can't play left back, but he can do wing back. So why not? let's have a little play around, see what happens, because I suppose a normal person would just play him at left back. He is training to play as a left back because of the injury crisis we've got in that position. But in the meantime, why play the lad out of position? I mean, he's there to bomb on forward anyway. So why not just stick him in as a wing back, see what happens. They might not come in behind him. There's no way of knowing whether they're playing with a right winger because we can't fit the formation on the pitch. Hold on, let's have a look. Bradfo formation. They're playing a 4-4-2. I mean, they're going to rip us apart down that right hand side. They haven't done yet, but they must be planning that now. Let's get rid of that again. Get that out of the way. I mean, they're coming down the wrong side of the pitch. Oh no, they're not. They're the ones in white. Oh, professional around here, isn't it? Right, we need a way to get back into this game. This isn't the free-flowing, attacking, bombard the other team with shots kind of Bolton that I've got used to over the last few games, which is a bit of a shame. They're camera shy, I think. They know you lot are there, and they don't want to show themselves up, so they're not taking any risks, and it's not really working for them. Right, Probert's going to come on. I wonder, should we move him? I mean, could it? No. Can he do that? I mean, could 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 he do I mean, is that stupid or is that a good idea? Let's try it. I mean, we need a goal, so let's just push them both on. I mean, we might have just invented a new formation there, which, I mean, that might be the answer to all our problems. I don't know what that free kick was. He can crack a free kick as well. What he's doing, just sort of knocking it to the side, I don't know. And they're going to break on us and score because we're not playing with any fullbacks. And goodness me, does it show there. Leach with a couple of excellent saves. Penn needs to get a break on here. Finds Priest, but he's got nowhere to go with it and just sort of lumps it towards Hipwell. And we're not in this game, are we? Right, let's bring Cunliffe on. He was injured at the start of the season. I don't think you've met him yet, but he's another player who can play as an attacking midfielder. So we'll just bring him on. Straight swap for Penn. Give him 10 minutes to see if he can create a little bit of magic to just win the game for us. I mean, we're still in it. That's the crazy thing. We're only 1 goal down. Like I said before, Bradford are having a rubbish season, probably because they're exhausted from playing effectively on 2 pitches all season long. I'd be tired too. I mean, look at the length of it. It's mad. We played against Corby the other day, and it was literally half the size, their pitch. We were basically playing in one half. It was square. And this lot... Oh, Priest is in. Oh, that is a good block. I don't even think that was a save. I think that's the defender getting in with the block there. Where's our match stats? I bet this is going to be another one of those games where we've absolutely destroyed them with clear-cut chat. No, it's not. We've just been rubbish. Oh, well. What was that? We're so non-league. It's ridiculous. We're supposed to be Bolton. We should be romping this league. We've got a 28,000-seater stadium. We get 7,000 or 8,000 fans every week. And we're serving up this tripe. I mean, I'm glad we couldn't see that behind the match stats because it wasn't worthy of being seen, even though we're going to have to watch it again in 3D. I mean, is this because we've got no fullbacks? Probably. I mean, the cross comes in from one side where you'd expect a fullback to be, and he's cutting in from wide on the far side where you'd expect a fullback to be. So I might have to take a little bit of the responsibility for that goal. I'm not going to take much of it because that's not how I do things. I mean, this has been rubbish. I mean, and this is the story of the season so far. We're so up and down. We're so inconsistent. We've got a very young side. And it won't be a disaster if we finish mid-table and rebuild over the summer and sort of keep the good ones, try and bring in a little bit of experience if we can afford it. But at the moment, it's not looking too clever, is it? When do we play Mickleover? Next weekend. Let's go and play them. I mean, it'd be nice to get into the first round of the FA Cup. So let's go and beat them, hopefully. Right, massively important FA Cup game then. If we can win this one, we can get ourselves through to the first round proper of the FA Cup and hopefully have a chance at getting an all-important money-spinning cup run, which we desperately need, so that we can try and get some money together and bring in some experience. Scriven, our right back, who got injured in the last game, is now out for 3 months as well. So we're looking a bit light on fullbacks. So I'm going for this from the start today. I don't know if it's a good idea. If it works today, we might look at bringing in a right wing back. The problem is Paul Johnson's been one of our best players at right back. I mean, we could always do that if it came down to it, but we'll try this initially. O'Brien, I've just knocked him back to being a defensive midfielder rather than one on support, just in the hope that he sits there a little bit more and hopefully goes across and covers for those two as they go bombing forward. But I mean, this might be the stupidest idea I've ever had, but it's Mickleover. They're not even in the league, I don't think. Where are they? They're in the Evo Stick League Premier Division. So if we're going to experiment against anyone, we'll experiment against this lot. And hopefully we'll have discovered the system that's going to fire us up through the leagues. I vaguely remember trying this for a couple of games with Ipswich and it just being a disaster. So I don't know why I'm fiddling with it again. But, you know, might work now. Perhaps what Ipswich weren't capable of, Bolton will be the masters of. We certainly seem to have better players suited to it than we ever did at Ipswich. We had proper out-and-out fullbacks there. Whereas the ones we've got here are a little bit more wing-backy, certainly on the left-hand side. See, Johnson still got back to cover, although he's so far forward there, he's not picking up his man. In fact, we can put our stuff back on now. Now we're playing on a normal-sized pitch. Well, what else do we have? We have the Mickleover formation, don't we? There you go. That's what we want. So they're playing a normal person 4-4-2, whereas we're doing something stupid, but hopefully spectacular. Spectacularly stupid is fine. If we win this match, I don't care. We're hopefully going to bring in a new left back on loan in the next few days. This is hopefully just a short-term solution. But in the meantime, the left wing back just crossed to the right wing back and we scored a goal. Tactical genius. Let's watch this in 3D while you soak up the tactical brilliance that you've just been witnessing. Look at this. So free kick comes in. Lamb so far forward. Could only be there as a wing back. Crosses to Johnson, who'd only be there as a wing back. We've just discovered how to win at Football Manager. Right, that's a book. I'm writing that book. How to win at Football Manager. It's all about the wing backs. I feel like I've played wing backs before as well. Possibly at Exeter or York, maybe. Dad played with wing backs, but I think we did a proper three at the back then, and it was just rubbish. And it was good defensively, but absolute trash going forward. Hopefully, this will give us a decent enough balance. We do have to put it in context. We're playing against Mikulova, and it's only 1-0 at half time, so I might be getting a little bit overexcited and ahead of myself, but who cares? I like it when an experiment works-ish initially for the first half and probably goes wrong in the second half. Got the disclaimers in there. What just happened? O'Brien's in, though, because we've got him set up to defend. Tactics again. Look at this. I mean, this is a how-to of how... Oh, I'm enjoying this now. Let's take off Probert just for protection, because he's got a bit of a head injury. Let's bring Hipwell on. He probably is more deserving of a starting spot anyway, because he's scored more goals than him. Certainly more league goals. But I just like Probert, mainly because I signed him and I didn't sign Hipwell. But, you know, favouritism and all that. I am getting a little bit nervous that we're still only 1-0 up. Let's bring Cunliffe on as well. You know, I'm nervous that we might concede a goal, so let's have a different attacking midfielder. That's almost certainly the solution. See, look how far back O'Brien is there. That's exactly where I want him to be. Might even make him a half-back and just have him drop properly back into a 3, because he can play as centre-back. Hang about. Tactical changes again. Half-back is the one I mean, isn't it? Half-back, somewhere between a sweeper and a defensive midfielder. That's exactly what I want in that position. Be a half-back, O'Brien. There we go. This tactic is forming before your eyes. And Cunliffe nearly made it a super-duper substitution as well. As that tactical change. I want to see where he sits now. I want to see what it looks like. Oh, what's happening? Half-backs are rubbish. There you go. Write that down. Get that in the book. Half-backs don't work. You can see from corners if you're playing with half-backs. I mean, what's just happened here? That's an own goal. How has it even been an own goal? I don't know how that's an own goal, but apparently it is. We're gonna get knocked out by Mikulova. For goodness sake. Right, Hodgson, do something special. Finds Lamb, get a cross in. Finds May, oddly, but Johnson's in a good position wide. Priest is in, and we're 2-1 up. And I tell you what, it's coming from the wing-backs again. Have we found a system? We need to find a right wing-back if we have, or get Johnson training to play Alex. He's got a lovely cross on him. He has been an assist machine so far. But, oh, look at that. It's a lovely finish as well from Priest. I mean, our finishing has been iffy at times this season, but every now and again, they connect right, and it looks really good. There's the early signs of a decent-ish team forming here. Look, we've got another wing-back we can bring on. We can take Lamb off, try a different wing-back. Why not? We've got strength in depth on wing-backs. We haven't got any left-backs. We've got 2 left wing-backs. I think this is going to have to be a thing for us. Do we want to sign a proper left-back, or do we want to sign a right wing-back? Oh, he's offside. Stop growling. Brilliant. Right, we just need to hold on now. I mean, a normal person would drop the wing-backs back to be proper defenders now, but where's the fun in that? I mean, look how exposed we are there. I mean, this is stupid now. They're going to score, aren't they? Goodness me. I even told you what I should do. I knew what I should do, but I wanted to show off. I'm very disappointed with myself. I'm more disappointed with Leach, though, because what has he done there? I mean, he's a goalkeeper. His hand isn't supposed to just flap and give way when the ball hits it. But forget your hand down there. That went about an inch past your right foot. Just stick your leg out. Oh, right, Reese. Can he get across in? He can't. That was rubbish. He's supposed to be a winger playing at left back. What's going on? Right, Johnson, show him how it's done. Whip across, and he does, and Hipwell's in, and we're back in the lead. I don't think we need a right wing back. We've already got him. He's the Lazaroff of non-league. Would that fit in as a nickname? Am I going to get bored of describing him as Lazaroff of non-league every time he touches a ball? Baby Lazaroff. Vladislav Johnson, we might call him. There you go. We're into the first knockout round of the FA Cup. I don't know. It's been so long since I've seen League One and League Two. I don't even know what kind of teams are down there. When's the draw? I mean, we could potentially have big-ish teams, depending on what's been going on in the lower leagues. When does the draw happen? Yeah, loads of news. Brilliant. When does the draw happen? We'll just... the draw happens then. There you go. Look, it's handy that it tells you on the screen, isn't it? Right, backroom... What do you want? Backroom team. What have you got for me? You're going to tell me my tactics are wrong? Yeah, we'll scout him. Okay, I can live with that. Yeah, move... there should be a button, yes, move people around between the under-21s and the under-18s at will. I just don't care what you do, and I'm ignoring all your tactical nonsense. Right, FA Cup first round draw. Oh, and the FA Trophy North third qualifying round draw. The big one, obviously. I wonder if they're happening at the same time, in the same room. They probably are. Money-saving exercise. Oh, Posh have got a new manager, Sean Kavanagh. Who on earth is Sean Kavanagh? New manager. For those of you new to the channel, I'm a Posh fan. Who is Sean Kavanagh? He plays for Fulham in real life, apparently. There you go. He's played for the New York Red Bulls as well. I mean, should I know who this lad is? I assume he's a young kid in real life, is he? Who are Belvedere? They don't exist anymore, clearly. What, is he Irish? He's Irish, so I guess that's a former Irish team, maybe. What were we doing? We were looking for the FA Cup draw, weren't we? Hang on, who's this? No. Oh, can you play right wing back? We'll find a right wing back without the camera on, because I doubt there is one. We don't need one anyway. We'll make do with what we've got. We don't need more players. We don't care about the FA Trophy. I thought this was happening in the same room. Chorley, brilliant. Who cares? FA Cup. This is what we want. Right, who have we got? Is there any big teams in here? Right, Birmingham, Blackpool, Peterborough would be a lovely one. I'd like that. Boston, I'd like that as well. That would be fun for old time's sake. Exeter in there. FC United and Manchester would be an interesting one. I mean, there's not really the league structure. Middlesbrough, that would be an interesting tie. We'd get battered though. Posher in there. Anyone else interesting as we scan down the screen? York as well. That would be an interesting one. Right, let's get the thing drawn. Right, come on, let's wait. We're waiting to see us. Oh, double click. Blackburn. That would have been a fun tie. Blackburn against Bolton. Is it them or Wigan who Bolton hate? Are Wigan in the hat? Wigan must be in the Championship, or lower than we are and already knocked out. We'll have a look to see where Wigan are in a minute, because I'm interested now. Because I think they're our rivals. I should know that kind of thing, really. Well, we've not come out of this hat yet. There's not much left. Coventry would have been interesting. There's not many teams left in this, is there? Actually, there's loads. Well, Posh has gone. That's a bit of a shame. York have gone. All the ones I wanted are disappearing now. Cambridge I'd enjoy as a Posh fan. No. It's going to be someone rubbish in League Two who are going to beat us, and that's the end of our cup run. Barnet. Who are Barnet? Well, we know who they are. I mean, look, they've just come down from League One. Oh, well, there goes the cup run. Who cares? We want to find out what's happening with Wigan. So, Wigan yeah, they're in the conference, already been knocked out. They are our rivals, aren't they? Let's have a look. How do we see our rivals? Yeah, Wigan. Lots of other rivals, though. Look at Wolves are a rival. Someone's going to need to explain that one to me. Same with Tranmere. Tranmere, I guess, are local-ish to Bolton. Wolves, not so much, I don't think. There we go. If you've enjoyed today's episode and the extended tour of what's going on in the game at the end of it, make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more, and thank you very much for watching.